Alright, we're here. Season 2 of The Flash. It's over. It's done with. Let's talk about it. No, I really like The Flash. I love Season 1. Season 1 finale was great. So now that this all wrapped up, Season 2, I just watched the finale. I couldn't last night. I was out with some friends, but I just watched it today, and I gotta say, I really liked it. Maybe not as much as the Season 1 finale, but it really was solid, and this season all around was really solid. So there will be some spoilers in this review. If you haven't seen it, get out of here and come watch it later. Add this to your watch later list or whatever. But I'm going to cover some major moments of the episode, starting with 1, Zoom has been breaking the rules of the Speed Force, and of course the Speed Force does not like that. Remember, this show has made the Speed Force kind of more like a living thing, whereas in the comics, the Speed Force is more of just an energy source. But here it's more of a living thing that now it's sending like Speed Race to try to stop Zoom. Remember the previous episode, Henry Allen was killed by Zoom, so you have his funeral and you have Joe speaking, people talking about him. It's very sad. Then after that you get Zoom telling Barry that he needs to race him. He doesn't tell him why, but we find out that he's trying to power this machine to destroy the multiverse. Now Barry's not thinking clearly. He just had this guy kill his dad. He wants revenge, and Team Flash recognizes this, so surprisingly they lock him up. They trank him and lock him up in a metahuman cell and try to take Zoom out by themselves. And I was surprised because it's a very ballsy move to do in the season finale of a show entitled The Flash, try to take down the main villain without the Flash. So I was very impressed that they did that, and I was a little shaky. I don't know how that was going to work, but it did work well. It worked for me. But then after this, Joe gets captured by Zoom, and then Barry realizes he needs to save Joe. And Wally is the same way. So Wally lets Barry out of the cell, and they end up trying to save Zoom. So Barry races Zoom. He does end up racing Zoom, but he uses one of Zoom's tricks. He uses a time remnant. And the time remnant is able to stop the machine, blow up the machine, killing himself. So Barry's time remnant sacrifices himself, while Barry is able to stop Zoom. In the final battle with Zoom, ends up having these time race get to Zoom. Finally they get to Zoom and they kill him. He dies. You think, but you see what happened to Zoom's suit? The emblems on his chest and the ears, they turn red like the Black Flash from the comics. And so I'm really interested in what they do with that, where they move forward with this. So I think we're going to see Teddy Sears' Zoom character return in later seasons. Maybe not next season, but a season later. I really think we will see that. We also got the rest of Zoom's story, and I loved how they did that. They used the timeline of when he got his powers, wasn't enough, found the old Jay Garrick and everything, and it came into place really well. That was really cool to see. Then I think my favorite moment of the episode was the reveal of the man in the mask being the real Jay Garrick from Earth 3. Not Zoom's Earth 2, rather Earth 3, and that being Barry's dad, Henry Allen's doppelganger from Earth 3, and that really screwed with Barry. But I loved seeing that because, as you know, John Wesley Shipp was the Flash before in the old TV series that lasted a season, so it was so cool seeing him put on that Flash costume again. It actually was pretty reminiscent of his old costume, a little bulkier. I mean, he's a big dude, and it looked really cool. And I think he's going to show up periodically in next future seasons. He's not going to be a series regular, but just like Henry Allen showed up every once in a while in this season and the last, he wasn't a full main character. I think that's what it's going to be like now. So I think they're going to have Jay Garrick to help him too later. Then the big shocker at the end. Barry is so screwed up about his father's death, he's still not thinking straight. He goes back in time and it really actually saves his mother from dying, completely changing and screwing up the timeline. Now what I think is going to happen next season is some kind of Flashpoint paradox. And I'm really interested to see how that happens. Barry's going to have to go back in time and fix his mistake that he made, and I think that's going to create for a very interesting story. I do have a couple negatives. One being when Wally lets Barry out of the cell. How does Wally know how to open that cell? You know, it didn't really make sense. They never saw him being taught how to open up those cells. And then the security camera goes on after they've already gotten him out. So that was kind of convenient, I guess. And then Barry doing what he is, going back, saving his mother, changing the whole timeline. It seems like he's making a huge mistake. And you would think he would realize that what he's doing is going to have terrible consequences. But that being said, it's going to make for an amazing story for season 3, so I'm not going to complain. So then it wraps up and it ends, and we're left with that cliffhanger. And what a finale, guys. I really enjoyed this episode. I didn't like it as much as season 1 finale, but that's okay. It's still a good episode. I'm going to give the season 2 finale of The Flash a 9.3 out of 10. This whole season was great for me, guys. I really enjoyed it. There was only 2 or 3 episodes that I didn't care for. And when you have a season that's 23 episodes long, you're going to have some of those filler episodes. You're going to have a couple episodes that are bound not to be the greatest. But it was, for the most part, it was a great season. And I really like season 1 of The Flash. And I believe they stepped it up in almost every way they could. The Flash is, I think, the best show on the CW right now. And one of the top 5, top 10 TV shows out there right now. I hope you guys have been watching it. It was a great season. I'm so excited for season 3. I'm going to give The Flash season 2 a 9 out of 10. Alright guys, thanks so much for watching my season 2 review and finale of The Flash. If you like this video, click that thumbs up button and comment below. Let me know what you thought of the finale and what's going to happen in season 3. And above all, subscribe to us, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, check out our last 2 videos, our Captain America Civil War movie review, and our Money Monster movie review. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.